You have just seen the lunar wave. It acts like a shockwave. It looks like a tsunami. Here's a video: electromagnetism and lasers igniting bubbles. Now just look at it. It looks like the lunar wave. Here, what you're seeing here is it looking like the sun, the solar flares. Is it not? Just look, it's so crazy accurate. It's both like the sun and the moon. Now what I'm going to show you now is a video, a little clip of the sun that I took ghosted behind this, showing you the similar type of effect. And there's an arrow where the solar flare is that I caught. Now that is just the same. It's just the same for me. And here we go, the lunar wave. It's like a tsunami. Well, as you know, the waters above the air we breathe is a gas, but it's a fluid. A fluid is any substance that flows, although liquids are the most commonly recognised fluids. Gases are also fluids. Since air is a gas, it flows and takes the form of its container. So it's just beautiful that the waters above the air is a fluid and a gas, and the electromagnetism is causing this effect. It's causing the lunar wave, and when the lunar wave, you can see it going, does look like a glitch on the screen, but it's just that effect that you're seeing above now. Is it not? I'm not saying it's 100% accurate, but if you saw this, that looks like stars, and the shock wave, it even creates solar luminescence in cavities in between the molecules. But as you can see now, it's the ripples, and the wave itself just looks like the lunar wave. Now this is just step one, and in step two I'll show you why it does the shock wave. But firstly, here's different phases of it when it decreases its formation. Does it not look like phases of the moon? Does it not? The different stages of the moon. Now I'll show you a picture form in a minute, but I'm just going to let you watch this for a few seconds. Doing its shock waves, its lunar waves. Obviously the moon would be on a grander scale. Obviously this is just something I found that helped me to understand what the lunar wave is, and I just want to share my theories and research with you guys. Now I'm going to show you now in picture form, so it's a still, and there you go. Does that not look, if I took everything off that screen, you would say it's just a negative of the moon phases that someone has took, and you would agree, most of you. So I've ghosted, here is moon phases in the orange above it. It looks very, very similar, not identical but similar. So what I'm going to do now is I'll put them both together, and you can quite see this phenomenon that I'm talking about, the bubbles in the water and shock waves and the lunar wave, could be one in the same. Right, step two coming up. This is step two, the inertial collapse of a bubble near a solid surface. And if anyone's wondering what is the solid surface in the sky, that solid surface is the firmament. And as you can see, here is a bubble in a liquid, just like the air, just the gas, and when it gets near with the air pressure, it creates a lunar wave type of effect. Now I'm going to slow it down and show you in a sec, and you can see it just there. Did you see it in the bubble? Like a lunar wave. I'll slow it down even more and arrow it. Just look about there and you'll see it. A lunar wave type of effect in a bubble when it gets near a solid surface. Now if people out there going, whoa, you're talking about it, the moon's hitting a solid surface. Well, if you read Enoch, he talks about how the sun and the moon enter and pass through windows or portals, and this is what I believe is happening. The moon, the sun are going near the firmament, passing through these portals, and when it passes through this portal, an electromagnetic type of field blocks and creates a shock wave type of event, like a bubble hitting the surface. Some people may call this quantum tunneling, where it's not actually there, but it is, and it appears in other places. It could be that as well, but it's actually passing through or near a firmament, creating this shock wave type of event, as you've seen in this. This is just my theory, and I'm looking for a simplest answer to what the lunar wave is, and I believe I've found it. It is the moon, the sun, the electromagnetic and the air pressure. It's hitting or going near a firmament, and as soon as it goes near it, the shock waves pass back through, and this is what the lunar wave is. I think it's the simplest and easiest theory that you could be. I'll talk more about this in my thoughts, but as you can see from the pictures, it's easy enough to follow. It's just my interpretation. Right guys, hopefully you've enjoyed this, and my thoughts are coming up right now.
Yeah, they call me the black sheep. They call me the black sheep. I'm running wild while you're asleep. That's why they call me
Good morning, good afternoon, good pre-evening, good evening. Hopefully guys you're having a good holiday week, a Christmas week, or if I film this after, hopefully you had a good one. I don't know when it's going to come out. So hopefully you enjoyed the video. Firstly, I have to give a big shout out to Adam Calmer again. He let me borrow his music for the intro about Lunar. I was making this video and I had that song in my head, and it was one of them. I just couldn't remember what it was. Checked out his channel and it was on there, so we asked him and he gave me permission again, so thank you, Adam. I believe it made it a really good intro. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and if you haven't subbed him, please sub him. Also I have to give a big shout out to Electric Johnny Hat. And if you're wondering why, the reason is he watched an old video of mine on sonar luminescence, and because it was recent, you know, like last week or the other day, you know, I was able to reply to it, and whoa, it was on this video. I've not watched it in a while, so I watched it through, and it just gave me the kick up the bum to just look at it again if I could find a clearer message, because obviously this is my interpretation of what the lunar wave is. If people believe it's real or not, it could be a glitch. I'm no scientist, I don't believe to be. This is just my humble opinion, rightly or wrongly. But for me personally, I'm like a visual learner. The things I was showing you is not obviously identical because it's on a grander scale, but it's what's happening. And because of that comment on my old video, it made me look at it, so I have to give a shout out to Electric Johnny Hat, so thank you, my friend. So quickly, like I said, I'm not going to ruin it this video by talking too long. It's going to be a short video, as you can see, but whoa, it's exciting me. It's to me, my own personal opinion, it's proven the firmament, or a structure or a field in the heavens. And of the effect of my old video where I showed you the bubbles and it's shocking, it creates a shock wave. That to me was a lunar wave type of effect that we see. Now yes, it could be a camera glitch, or it could be because the air is a liquid and you have it's a medium, and when you're passing through a medium, opticals do sometimes look like, you know, when it's heat and you can see it hazing, it has that type of effect. But to have that, you know, symmetrical type of effect, like a wave, it does look like a projector or a TV screen type of thing. And that's why people have been calling it a hologram. And then there's also different theories of what it's made. It's an it's an observatory. It's reflection of Earth. Now, what I've showed you in them two videos, especially, both of them resemble what the sun is too, with the solar flares coming out the bubbles, electromagnetism, and it creates the bubble, and it like an explosion, a thermic explosion, and you can see how the solar flares react just like the real solar flares that we see. And I've took that video footage myself and caught the solar flares. So you not only had the moon, obviously in the main topic of this video, the lunar wave, but you also had the extra of it showing you a solar flare, but it's bubbles. These are bubbles in liquid, and it's behaving what we actually see. Now, people who read the Bible know about the firmament, and they know about, you know, when they made the void in between the waters above and the waters below. So, you know, it's generally accepted that you have a lot of water above. It's a firmament, it's ether. There's so many different names for it. The heavens, but no one's really explained or showed you like like using science to what it is. People have talked about this theory about the lunar wave for a good while, and we've seen footage, but they've never gone to bang, what about this, guys? Bang, what about this? And I believe I've done this. You might say, whoa, it's nothing what you say, but like I said, we all see different things, and this is my interpretation of what the lunar wave is. When I looked at it does look like a weird type of glitch on a camera, you have to admit that. But when you see the scientific, videos that I've included of the same type of effect in the fluid, in the water, in the liquid and the gas, and it's shock waves like that, you're only left to one conclusion, Paul. You're right, it does look like that. Now, I'm no scientist, could have explained it a lot better. But hey, I'm not perfect. I don't pretend to be. I'm just me, and that's all I'm gonna be. Just me. And then we had the next one where it showed you a bubble hitting a firm surface, and the shock wave, and also its image of like the image coming up to it reflected through. To me, that is what we're seeing together with both footages. It's hitting the surface, creating a shock wave which bounces back, creating what we're seeing in the lunar wave. Now, if you think, oh, there's no ever mention that, and then bang, that's when we're talking about Enoch and the 12 gates, 6 on each side. And I think they did spread them out, but when I originally learned it, there was maybe 3 east, north, west and south. But when I olden times, it was just 6 on each side. But these are what the sun and the moon, the portals. And if the sun and the moon, if you believe in Enoch, is passing through these portals to come out, or nearing these portals. These portals an electromagnetic shield? Is that what the firmament is? Or is this just where these portals are? People could call it like a quantum tunneling effect, whereas an object actually is there, but it can appear in another place at the same time in a shift. Could be that too. I'm like I said, I'm no expert, and I don't pretend to be. So if this bubble, or whatever is a plasmatic bubble, or it could be a hologram, who knows, it's hitting these portals and these shock waves are happening. That is, to me, the simplest explanation of what the lunar wave is. It is where it's passing or near the firmament or this field, creating a shock wave because it's near, and it's creating that shock wave, repercutating back at itself, which is the lunar wave. You can see it in the footage of these animated videos. You can believe it, it's up to you. Do you know what I mean? That is what basically I do this for. Some people will agree, some people won't. It's just about showing, respect, and don't losing and getting triggered, because it's just my theory. That's all it is, a theory that I'm trying to get my head around, and that this is the best way that I've seen to help me to understand what the moon could be and the lunar wave. So it is a bubble type of thing, whether it's plasmeric, whatever, how you pronounce that, but it just makes sense. And it's passing near or going through a portal or the firmament, and it creates that effect. It says that in Enoch, whether you believe that or not. Some people do, some people don't, but it just makes sense, guys, and I believe I'm onto something. Whether you good guys out there with more scientific backgrounds will understand. But just as that picture is, when that bubble went near the surface, maybe hit it or was passing through, it creates a shock wave. Obviously, this is on a grander scale. The creator did it, and obviously he's not using what I'm using. There was also a thing I didn't want to put in, but scientists now at MIT are actually controlling bubbles with electromagnetic fields and forces. And what it is you had a grid, and they put different electromagnetic forces, or like a magnet, electric pulses, each one of these, and they can control the flow. So they're actually starting to do that now, to control the flow of where the bubbles actually go. So that's interesting. Could that similar thing be happening above the the magnetic fields? So to round it off, thanks guys for watching. If you like it, please share it. Please get people to subscribe. We're growing. Doesn't matter if it's fast or slow, but we're growing, and I'm happy with the friends, the family, the people who watch me. It's brilliant chat. Couldn't do it without you. YouTube do the best, so I can't answer all the comments, but hey, we know that's go. So hopefully have a great Christmas. Whether you believe in it or not, it's all the time about spending time with family. We're in a lockdown, we're in different tiers, it's hard times. So spread the positivity, share a smile, try a smile, see if it fits. And hopefully you enjoyed this video on what the lunar wave is. So quickly, the lunar wave is a bubble type of effect where it's close or it's hitting a surface whether it's the firmament, the ether, an electromagnetic field, or a portal in Enoch. And when it goes through this phase, it creates a bounce back type of effect, which creates the lunar wave. Right, guys, take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye, guys.